what a change of scenery could do for the likes of Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. Even though they've changed teams multiple times, they finally found their footing. But jokes aside, though, who are some players in 2026 who are off to greener pastures and need to switch teams, need to shed their old jerseys for a fresh new look? One of these might surprise you. My name is Trenton Hill, and you just might be watching Hill Time Sports. Let's go! I'm going to give you a lob here. There's been a guy generating a lot of buzz recently for his time as Jordan Love's backup last year and the year before. Malik Willis. Willis was drafted to Tennessee back in 2022. A guy with wheels who really couldn't find his footing as the starter for Tennessee. He played in 8 games as a rookie, had 3 starts. Unfortunately, those 8 games amounted to 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He played sparingly in 2023 before being shipped off to the Green Bay Packers in exchange for a 7th-round pick. And in 2024, Willis made 2 starts, going 2-0, 550 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Filled in again in 2025 when Jordan Love went down with a concussion and had 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 422 yards, a jump in completion percentage to 85%. And the biggest stat of the year for him, he went from 5.6 average yards per completion to 8.6. That's a huge jump, and now teams are like, maybe we take a chance on this guy. Maybe he's found his footing. Teams around the NFL are going to want a guy like Malik Willis, especially a free agency class that is starring Russell Wilson as a big name in 2026. No longer is he the big name, but back to Malik Willis. There are a few destinations I think Willis would do pretty well at. First, in Pittsburgh. He's used to cold weather. He's got zip on the ball. He's smart. And the Steelers have been looking for a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger retired, and maybe even before then. I think this is a guy that can make the Steelers a little bit better because he's got the wheels to survive behind that offensive line, unlike a much slower 42-year-old quarterback by the name of Aaron Rodgers. The other is Miami, where they are looking perhaps to get rid of Tua Tagovailoa. They are in desperate need of some changes, and it helps that Jeff Hafley has some connection to Willis. Could he go there? Could he go to Pittsburgh? I hope he doesn't go to the Jets. I hope he doesn't go to the Browns, but we will see when free agency starts. The second player on my list, Kyle Pitts, drafted by the Atlanta Falcons in 2021, had a 1,000-yard season his rookie year. He has been considered a bust after his rookie season with less than 600 yards the season after, totaling in 44 games, 128 receptions, 1,625 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Pitts has begun to show flashes that he can be a good tight end. Last year in 2025, he had 88 receptions, 928 yards, and 5 touchdowns, including against the Buccaneers when he scored 3 touchdowns with the likes of Michael Penix Jr. and Kirk Cousins as his quarterback. Pitts can provide a receiving threat that most teams need, and none bigger than the Denver Broncos. After a failed experiment with Evan Ingram, who had 50 receptions, 461 yards, and a touchdown, I think Pitts is a perfect fit for Denver, especially ones that want to throw screen passes. You could throw tight end screens to him. Another place I could see him going, it's a long shot, but Travis Kelce is no longer on the Kansas City Chiefs. Is he going to resign? Is he going to retire? Is he going to go somewhere else? Yes, even with Mahomes restructuring his contract, I don't think the Chiefs have the cap to sign him, but it's more than likely that Atlanta is going to re-sign Kyle Pitts with the franchise tag to see what he can do under Kevin Stefanski's offense. Our third player on this list comes from Arizona, the number 1 pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. He's left Cardinals fans feeling that there is always something missing, whether it's injuries, inconsistent play, or the fact that he's more committed to Call of Duty. Murray just hasn't lived up to the hype of being a number 1 pick. His best season, though, 2020, where he had career highs in nearly every statistical category, but now he is on the outs. Some people think he goes to the Jets. But for me, I think Murray's best shot is Minnesota, where he can work on his redemption arc. He is going to be 29 this year. This provides J.J. McCarthy someone to sit behind, because I don't think McCarthy is ready to be the starter. Murray has the chance to work on himself, maybe get one last shot to be a starter before he hangs him up, because he is getting older, and we know the speed is the first thing to go, and Murray is all about the speed. Justin Jefferson would also benefit from having someone who can throw the ball deep to him. We saw JJ miss throws, have missed timing, and that's going to bring up none other than my number 4 pick, which is Justin Jefferson. There was a lot of frustration for him. He had career lows, nearly missed the 1,000-yard mark receiving yards wise, and this is a guy that had 1,800 yards a few years prior. This is not a guy who you see just toiling away on a team that really can't figure out their quarterback situation. I really hope if he does get traded, he goes to Buffalo. Josh Allen and I are from the same neck of the woods, and I want to see Josh Allen with the best shot to win the Super Bowl. Regardless if the Philadelphia Eagles win, I want to see Josh Allen. He's a phenomenal player. He's an MVP. He just does not have the receiving help that he needs. This is a guy who has fluid route running ability, the ability to high point the ball. And there's also the chance, there's also a team out there in Santa Clara that needs a number 1 receiver after they lost Brandon Ayuk to whatever he's going through, and they've lost George Kittle to injury. He may not be back for the start of the season. Do I see this happening? Do I see him being traded? Absolutely not. But anything is possible in the NFL. And finally, this one is going to hurt a bit, because I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. A.J. Brown, one of my favorite Philadelphia Eagles, and he provides so much to this team, even with career lows, because of all the hitch routes that Kevin Patullo decided to run last year. We saw the frustration from A.J. Brown getting to arguments with coaches and whatnot. People saying that he didn't try. I thought he tried his best. He has great hands. He is good at route running, can catch the ball, get upfield, make a few people miss, and Mike Vrabel and him have ties in New England. If he goes over there, he provides Drake May with the number 1 receiver, a guy that I really like, and I think he's underrated on this Philadelphia Eagles team. He would add to a Patriots receiving core that is featuring Booty, Diggs, and Hunter Henry. It would make them even more formidable. As an Eagles fan, I do not want him to get traded. I want him to stay in Philadelphia. But who knows what's going to happen in 2026. But who do you think is set up to have better years on different teams? Who do you want to see traded? Who do you want to see stay? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios. Stay blessed. Boom.